Hey, Whiskey Fancies, I'm Chris.
And I'm Kara.
Kara! What do we have today?
We have Chattanooga. It's an experimental release. This one is a Vatted High Malt.
Howdy ho to you.
So they take 2 barrels of a pot still, and then 2 barrels of column still, and they vat it together in a centenarian. What is that? It is a over 100-year puncheon sherry cask.
It's a lot of
That's
words.
a lot of words.
It's a lot of words.
There's more words, but instead of doing that, I'm just going to list it. So this one, they call it Vatted High Malt. It has at least 25% vatted, at least 25% specialty malted grains in it. So that's what's intriguing about them. So I know some of these experimental barrels are very divisive because they can get a little weird and funky.
There was one that I didn't like at all.
Yeah, and there are people that think that's what Chattanooga is completely, and then they don't like it. But I like Chattanooga because they have that great core range of the rye, which is fabulous. The cask 111,
Really good.
beautiful. And they did do a limited run of a port cask, right?
That was amazing.
That was really good.
That was really good.
Really good.
That was good.
So I know we have another one, and they did the bibs.
Yes.
They did about 2 releases of
Yes.
Bottle and Bond of fall and of spring.
Yes,
right?
and those were pretty good.
Right. So they do so many different things, but this experimental line, they get crazy funky. And it can be hit or miss. And we decided to kind of see how funky did they get. So we got this. I'm excited because I like weird things sometimes. I get bored with the same old. So
I'm just gonna get weird.
You get weird. I'm not gonna finish that.
That is weird, actually. No lie.
That smells like a super heavily sherried single malt.
Sure does, but with a little something extra that I don't know. It's a little funky.
It's probably
Almost sour.
It's the corn, maybe?
Almost sour.
Corn? Oh, I don't know how old this is. How long was this finished?
I think it was 3 months. Minimum 3 months.
Okay. And that puncheon is, like I said, it was 100-year-old. It's a centenarian.
I have so many questions. So, we're never going to find the answers to. So, I'm just going to ask them because why not, right? Just put it out there.
Let's do it.
If it's over 100 years old,
yes.
How many times was it reused?
Who's to know?
So, because on this nose,
it's very sherry.
It's very sherry. So, I want to know how many bottles did that puncheon get over some really old malt?
I think, if I'm not mistaken, puncheons, you can actually age them a little bit longer because they're so vast, right?
That's true.
And so there's less surface area contact with the spirit.
Yeah.
And so I think that's why they, for instance, is it Doers? Is that how you say Doers? Doers. Did a 32-year-old?
That was actually really good. It was a blend, right?
Yeah.
That was actually
So I'm thinking that's why.
Yes.
And if the barrel I think I just got a hint of sulfur, and I don't normally get sulfur.
That was that weirdness. That was like some funkiness.
So you get sulfur from that sherry barrel.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like you lit a match and then blew it out.
It
just a tinge.
It's
of it.
reminiscent on the nose to me of like a really weird scotch.
Yeah.
It is.
And it's weird because it's giving you, probably because that corn is showing up.
Just slightly.
And the corn is not in the single malt, right? So
it's almost got a slightly funky feet to it. I had a brother that was like, no, yeah, you don't want to, no.
Okay, can we try it?
Okay. What?
Oh.
Okay, I don't know what just happened here. Hold on. It got really weird in the mid-palate, right?
Yeah.
Like,
that's funky. That's weird.
Hold on.
That's
I'm gonna go back up. Okay. This is the best way I can describe this. And it's probably the worst way.
Okay. Woo!
You know a durian fruit?
Yeah.
It's like Thailand.
Sure.
Even Hawaii has it.
Super.
It reeks
pungent?
like you don't. It's disgusting.
Pungent?
It's
Well,
like
it smells bad.
It smells so bad.
I hear it tastes delicious.
in my mind, where that equated to in the palate for just a slight tinge was like if a durian odor had a taste. Yeah. Slightly reminiscent into like walking into a crop dust of someone's fart. I don't know why that. Sorry, I've been crop dusted many times. I mean, just walk around Disneyland. That's all you do. You get crop dusted.
Oh God.
If that had a taste, it's in this new palette. Am I wrong?
I don't know if this is a glowing review.
Oddly enough, apparently I like to be crop dusted because I actually
Keep on
like
drinking
it. After that weird note in the middle, I'm like, oh, okay, there we go.
Okay, so you know what it tastes like to me? It tastes like you lit a match and you put it out on your tongue. You get this, like, you get, boop, sulfur. I swear to God. It tastes like sulfur a little bit.
You've never been crop dusted, have you?
I don't think my mouth was open.
Now we know.
It tastes like little, like, matches to me. In the middle. Okay, so what I find interesting and kind of strange is it smells very malty. And on the palate, that mid-palate sulfuric funky note kind of takes over, and I don't get as much malt as I would have anticipated. Does that make sense? Like,
that's true.
It doesn't. No. I know it smells more like Scotch. It doesn't taste like it. You do get a maltiness, but there's that funky mid palate where I put a match out on my tongue.
I think what it is, it's trying to transition from the sweetness to the wood smoke. It has like a smoky finish. Like someone, like I just licked like a really like fresh burning wood, like that strong. And I think that transition is where I get that weird durian like crop dusting.
Yeah, and my tongue perceives that as, thank God mine's different. I
trained hard for this. Train hard.
That's brutal. I get very sulfuric notes. It's weird. This is not my favorite. However, is it strange and interesting? Absolutely. Do I recommend it? I think this is definitely try and get a sample from somebody. This is definitely not for everybody. This is so funky and weird.
This is one of those barrel bottles that we're just gonna have to sample out and be like,
you have to
look what we found.
You have to taste this type of thing. For sure.
I keep drinking it though because it's so weird, but it's going away the more I drink it. That strong part of it. Maybe it's still there.
Right, maybe the sulfur will evaporate a little bit. I doubt it, but maybe it will.
It's still there, but it's slightly going away. Either that or maybe I just like it.
It's only 100 proof, so that's a nice little proof. Like I said earlier, I kind of wish it was a little bit more malty. I think the corn is more dominant. I don't have the percentage of mash bill, so I'm not really sure, but more than likely there's more corn in it. I wish it was a taste a little bit more like the nose. On the front where the sweetness is, it's more of like a raisin kind of sweetness. Oh my God, I just got raisin when you said that. I got it on the nose That's too. The kind of sweetness that I'm getting. And then it goes to that weird, if durian odor had a taste. Smell it and see if you get sun-made raisin dots. I always like to drink or smell yours. I don't know. I'm like, does yours smell different? Sun-made raisins. The little box from lunches when you were a kid. I didn't like those. You hate raisins. I do. It smells like raisins a little bit, like a box. But I was getting the ashy, like the burnt, at the end. Reminds me of the char layer of a creme brulee. Like you burnt the hell out of some sugar. Yeah. That's what it reminds me of. So it's not like ashy, smoky like a Scotch. It's like you had the torch on your creme brulee a teeny bit too long and you really crusted the hell out of it. Does that make sense? I have good news. What, does it go away? That durian odor that translates to a taste / crop dusting, it turned into what I got on the nose at first. It was like funky feet. Oh, you got funky feet? That doesn't seem like it transitioned well. No, I kept doing it and the weird funk went away. But then some other funk came. So that transition's odd, but then it goes to this nice like burnt wood sugars and like a smokiness. I love that part. It's just that transition into whatever that is that I can't figure out what it is that my mind's thinking like it's bad. I took a glance at the mash bill and it just popped back into my head. At first I was thinking that funkiness, that maybe that barrel that 100-year-old barrel should have been retired, but I don't think that's what it's from. I think that funky, malty, that weirdness, I think there's a smoked malt in here. Yeah. And I think that's playing, and maybe it's not playing as nice as they were anticipating, or maybe it's just not as nice as we would have hoped.
Yeah. So I think the sherry does come present.
Do you think that's what's bringing that sulfur note?
It might.
Because I keep smelling matches now.
Because the sherry, or the Oloroso, is very present in the front palate, and for such a short finishing time, that surprises me. Right? That actually surprises me. I wouldn't have anticipated that. I don't have anything to reference about where this weirdness is coming from, and I really, really want to get over what my mind is thinking that it is, because how do you equate a fart to taste? Like, what's wrong with me?
Now I'm getting another weirdness.
What's wrong?
No, but now I'm getting more weird. Okay, I was hoping that by just holding it for a while, that it will, like, get better. It's getting weirder.
If that was the case, I'll hold this bottle all night.
Go back to the palate. I think it's getting weirder. So you know how lately my palate's been super, super sensitive to bitter? That's what that face was. It's just getting, the weirdness is getting like just amped up with more bitter and bitter. I'm not really sure what's going on with my palate, but what makes me a little sad is it's not getting more fun. Like I was here for the weird. It smelled weird, it sounded weird, and now it's just getting bad.
I was here for the weird too, but I learned something about myself today.
What'd you learn?
Apparently I've tasted a fart before. How's that happen?
Learn to close your mouth.
Right?
You're gonna make me lose it again. Give me a sec.
I really don't know. I have no reference for what that mid palate is. Like there's nothing.
It doesn't smell like a fart, but it smells like
it smells beautiful.
But now it's more match-like.
And it starts beautiful, and then it goes so off base, and then it goes lovely again, and then it gets slightly weird.
It's the mid palate. I just cut matches again.
Okay, see, I would rather take your matches than.
Do you think it's
what I came up with?
Here, taste that cup.
Oh,
taste that glass.
Different?
It's a glass, but. I can't stop. Okay, guys. I don't think I can take any more of this. And think, Jesus, my glass is empty. Have you had any experimental batches of Chattanooga? You can tell by the label they're a little different. They got this little, they're primarily white. They threw away the mountains. They're a picture of a pot still on the side of this one. Woo! Give us a comment below. What experimental, I can't talk. That sulfur's really
What experimental bottle of Chattanooga have you had? It's okay, I can
Thank you. Comment below. What are your thoughts? Are you having some weird experiences like we are? While you're down there, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you like what we're doing and want to see if we can drink more of this. Turn on those notifications so you can join us in our next video.
Who wants a sample?
Let me know if you want us to send a sample to you. Alright. I'm pretty sure I know your opinion.
I'm conflicted.
Really?
I'm conflicted. Because it starts so nice.
Smells
and then
better.
It got so weird. I just need to prepare mentally for what that palette is so I don't think of what I'm thinking.
I don't think... I liked it in the first couple sips. I don't think I can drink more of these matches without imploding. Like
this
all right.
It disheartens me.
Yeah. I'm hoping the next experiment goes better than this one. Shall we say that?
This might be some people's favorite.
Oh, Jesus.
Know.
Who knows? Okay.
Knows?
Cheers.
Cheers. No fancy whiskey.